Welcome to your weekday cup of the word. We're in 1 Timothy chapter 5. In chapter 5, we've got a lot of different pieces, so we'll just kind of break it down bit by bit as we go through the chapter. The first two verses are going to deal with how to treat people, whether they be older than you or younger than you. The short version of it is honor the aged and give dignity to youth. And then from verse 3 through 16, he's going to deal with a unique issue within the church, which is when does the church financially support a widow permanently, like they did in Acts chapter 6, where there were the widows who were permanently on the role of being cared for by the church. Verse 3 through 16 will say there's a widow indeed, a woman who truly is in desperate need of financial support permanently. And then there's a bunch of situations where a widow shouldn't be. Either she's younger or she has family that can support her. In those cases, the church should not be financially burdened with her care. Then in verse 17 through 25, he's going to deal with how to treat elders. We've already talked about qualifications for elders, but now we're going to talk about how to treat them. One is if an elder is active in preaching and teaching, he is worthy of financial compensation, that it is appropriate to financially support an active elder. And then he'll also deal with that since elders are in a leadership role, anytime you lead, you're going to make somebody angry. Elders get an extra layer of protection against accusation. It's not that they're above God's law, but when one person accuses them of wrongdoing, don't listen to them. Don't listen unless you have at least two witnesses. And that's a protection to allow the elders to lead, because if we're always afraid of being accused by anybody they made mad, well, it'd be pretty tough to do their job. And then the last part of the chapter, he'll deal with just kind of an aside with Timothy, dealing with the medicinal use of alcohol. Timothy, for whatever reason, was cautious about using alcohol, and Paul will tell him that in medicinal circumstances, it was appropriate for him to take a little bit of wine for his stomach. That's 1 Timothy chapter 5. That's your daily cup, and we'll see you next week.